Michael Anderson, to be followed by James Lightfoot, to be followed by Rick Dorman.
Good morning. My name is Michael Anderson. I have been a volunteer with Offender Aid and Restoration for the past 6 years. I teach computer skills in the Alexandria Detention Center every Monday night, which has become the highlight of my week. Let me tell you why. The men that I teach in the OAR Masters Unit are typically working on their GED or just passed a test. They are typically in the unit from 3 to 9 months. Many are incarcerated for a drug-related offense. Many are addicted to drugs and alcohol, and they have begun going to AA and NA meetings inside the detention center. Their ages range from 18 to over 50. Most are African American or Hispanic. Some are homeless, but many have families on the outside. Many are locked up for the first time, and probably for the last time. Most are fathers with children waiting at home for them. They want to learn skills and prepare for return to their families and community. They have hit bottom, and thus are real, and that helps me be real. Many have never turned on a computer. I know, and they know, that the world today demands that they have at least a familiarity of how computers work. I teach basic computer skills, and in the process I teach math and English skills. We work on word processing and Excel, but we also work on relationships and communication skills. These men have made mistakes in their lives. They want to turn their lives around, but they don't have the skills that they need to get out of a cycle of poverty and despair. Nationally, over 9 million people are sent to local and county jails each year, while over 2.2 million people are sent to prisons, and that number is growing. In 2006, over 1,300 ex-inmates returned to the Northern Virginia area from Virginia state prisons. That year, over 10,000 individuals were admitted to the Alexandria Detention Center, with 4,000 re-entering the community upon release. The others went on to state and federal prisons. Another 6,000 individuals came out of the Arlington Detention Center. Many of these ex-offenders have been incarcerated for long periods of time and are now facing a world that has greater financial, educational, and technological needs. How do we make sure that they come back as useful, productive citizens and are able to stay out of jail? That's what OAR focuses on every day. In addition to staff members, OAR has enlisted the help of over 100 volunteers who work several hours a week inside and outside both the Alexandria and Arlington detention centers. In Alexandria, a 50-bed housing unit called Masters has been set aside for inmates who have not yet graduated from high school or are non-English speakers. A 14-bed housing unit is for women who want to participate in educational programs while incarcerated. The 5-day-a-week educational programs in these 2 units are overseen by 2 OAR staff members full-time. In addition, OAR has a re-entry case manager who works throughout the facility helping prepare inmates for their release, finding housing, social services, and getting their IDs required for employment. How is OAR funded? Let me ask Jim Lightfoot, who is a volunteer with the OAR Masters Unit, and he will tell you about the finances.
James Lightfoot, to be followed by Rick Dorman, to be followed by Elizabeth Moore.
Good morning. My name is James Lightfoot. I'm a volunteer with OAR. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning. I teach computer skills in the Masters Unit every Wednesday night. I have been doing this for 5 years. I've been blessed by this, that I've influenced my church to give $2,000 to the educational programs that OAR provides for the Alexandria Detention Center. All of the volunteers, along with the 3 full-time OAR staff working in the detention center, start working on re-entry inside, so that when these men and women leave, they have a new life, a business skills, a resume, a game plan, and relationships with OAR to help them re-enter our community successfully. When they leave, OAR re-entry staff helps them find housing, social services, and a job. They work closely with JobLink and other employment sources to find to find our clients jobs. Not easy to do. OAR works with detention staff to host a job fair inside the facility twice a year, bringing potential employers inside to talk with inmates who are within 45 days of release. This is an exceptional program. OR has four large sources for funding. The County of Arlington, the State of Virginia, about 50% from foundations, churches, and civic organizations, and over the past 5 years, $151,000 each year. Sheriff Longhorn is committed to helping OER, as evidenced by his allocation of the canteen money and his personal support of OER programs inside the detention center. But he and his predecessor have not been able to increase the funding for OER programs for the past 5 years. OER has managed to supplement the financial requirement to support the work that is being done inside the Alexandria Detention Center. But we are running out of sources for funding and facing cuts in existing resources. So for the first time, we are coming to Alexandria, the city of Alexandria, to ask for funding to supplement the sheriff's funds. We are asking for $75,000 to enable us to sustain and expand our work. The expansion will come in the area of reentry, working more closely with those who are leaving or have left to ensure that they do not return. The amount will allow us to hire another reentry case manager who will focus on the offenders when they leave the facility. By the way, OR is not just standing around asking for money. They started a business to generate revenue. Last year, OR opened Sage Flowers, a full-service flower shop located in Springfield that employs ex-offenders. In fact, one of my former students in the master's program is working there. OR believes this business decision is one way to honor the partnership that the city has established with OR over the years. I hope you and everyone in this room will start using Sage Flowers on a regular basis. I will leave cards on the table for you. So in summary, we are requesting that the city of Alexandria join the sheriff, OER volunteers, and the dedicated OER staff in supporting the important educational and reentry work OER provides by allocating $75,000 to this work. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Rick Dorman.